Hi dear learner, today I would like to teach you the concept of was and were. So far we have learned many expressions and we have done some exercises on was were. So today I would like to just show you and I would like to sum up the overall concept of was and were. Be very attentive and then try to manage the things here. So was and were. Let's make a table of these two helping verbs as how they can be connected with uh, the subjects. That's very important. Mostly we don't know where these two words are connected. Let's look at that. You could find these words being coordinated with the subjects. Preferably look at this was, the word was, where it is used, and were, and this context. So subject and its combination. So the agreement between subject and verb is very important. I was, you can say I was and we were, you were, he was, she was, it was, they were. So what is this concept? How could I understand this particular phenomena? Well, it's very simple. If you use I and you must use was because it's singular verb, helping verb, and plural verb. So I was, we were, you were, he was, she was, it was, and they were. This is past context. So what is the concept of using this was were? What can we communicate with this? So it's be in the past. Be in the past. So we have already learned what is be. Be means to be, like being present something. So we could describe place, we could describe emotions, we could describe our identity, we could describe sizes, we could describe measurements, we could describe dates, time, many things. So for instance, this morning at 6 o'clock, now the time is quarter to 11, 10:45 in the morning. I would like to ask you where you were. So then I can ask this way: where were you? Where were you? Where were you? Your answer will be: I was in the park. I was in the park. I was jogging. I was in the park. Where was he? For instance, your father. Where was he? You could say he was in the shed. He was in the shed. Where was she? Mother. She was in the kitchen. And where were they? Where were they? It's very important to use these verbs. So when you choose the subject, accordingly the verb must be used. Where were they? They were on the playground. They were on the playground. Like this you can say. So it's a combination. How these verb forms can be used with the negatives. How to make negative forms? So negative forms. For instance, we might start like this. The verb is was plus not. It's pronounced I wasn't. I wasn't. I wasn't. This is how you must say. Similarly, we takes were and not is negative word. It becomes we weren't. We weren't. Next, you, you takes were plus not becomes you weren't. You weren't. See here, most of the people ask why this is always were. Why can't it be was when I use it for singular? It's used both for singular and plural. It is used both for singular and plural. Despite having that kind of contribution by this you, though you use it for both either singular or plural, you have to always choose plural finite verb. That's very important. In the past context, it is were. In the present context, it is are. You were plus not, you weren't. Similarly, if you look at the word he was plus not becomes he wasn't. He wasn't. She was plus not becomes she wasn't. We have to say them repeatedly, otherwise it would be possible. Sometimes you may lose the track or grip of these expressions. And it takes was plus not, it wasn't. And they were plus not, it's they weren't. It wasn't. So we need these expressions. So what we have to practice is, please practice this way. I wasn't. Please repeat after me. I wasn't. We weren't. You weren't. He wasn't. She wasn't. It wasn't. They weren't. So this is how you can plan your helping verbs. These helping verbs are very essential to make sentences in the past context, as how you were, where you were, what time it was, and the kind of situation, condition, traits of people, things, and various aspects. So be very sure. I'm discussing this aspect from one particular dimension. There are other applications of this be form. In the past context, we have two verb forms. They are was and were. I will discuss in the future lessons. So primarily we are discussing how the word be is useful to describe various phenomena like conditions, positions, places, and traits, and feelings, and emotions, all these features, and that's very, very important. We will definitely discuss other aspects like continuous tenses with the be forms and passive voice, and to be the other aspects, okay, that come in this particular category. So primarily what I ask you is, please bear this point in mind. Be is used in simple sentences to describe conditions, features, things, traits, places, emotions, identity, and time, various other aspects. Okay, so this is the important structure. Positives and negatives, because these positives, negatives feature in language. For instance, if you look at language, positive sentences come, negative sentences, positive questions, negative questions, and WH type questions. So this is the pattern we must be familiar with. Now I would like to discuss these positive questions. For instance, I was is a, you change this pattern. Was I? Object is this. Was I? Similarly, this is one. And two, we were or we, question mark. Like this, you can make different question patterns by using was, were with all these subjects. So how can you make different question patterns? Was I? Were we? Were you? Was he? She? Now I'd like to leave this blank for you. Please guess which word does come here. Is it was or were? Think of it. Exactly, it's was. Why it is singular? Now. Singular pronoun, singular subject. Similarly, it. Can you fill this gap? Exactly, was it? And they. Were they? So you need to practice this pattern to maintain fluency and to have ease at speaking English. Otherwise, it's difficult to make questions in English language. So to make positive questions, we have done like this. To make negative questions, it's very simple. We have made was into wasn't. For example, wasn't I? Were becomes weren't. Weren't I? Won't we? And were becomes again won't you? And if it is he, wasn't he? If it is she, wasn't she? If it is it, wasn't it? If it is they, weren't they? We have done positive questions, negative questions. How about double H type questions? Very simple. For example, what, why, where, who are a few double H type questions that we use. There are as many as 8 double H type questions. So when we use them, how will the structure be? For example, you want to talk about place. Let us choose where. That gives us the clarity. To make a question about place, we use where. So where were you? This is the question pattern. Where were you? So what is the logic here? Place the double H words right before the positive questions. Automatically they will become double H type questions in Buzzword concept. It's very easy now. Where were you? If you want to know about he, your friend Shaker, where was he? Practice orally. You need to do practice, oral practice. That matters a lot. For instance, you want to ask about a Shailaja. Where was she? Not now, in the past. So please remember, be forms like was were are used in the past context. Where was it? Where was it? I did not find it. Where was it? We want to know about they, your friends. Where were they this morning? I did not see anybody. Where were they? It's not about the present context, it's about the past context. That's about their place, being present elsewhere. Where were they? Like this, you can use WH word with this structure. We have done so far the cycle of making sentences with was and were with this structure. That is, will. Spoken English will. Please bear this point in mind. Was, were, I wasn't. Positive questions. Was I? Negative question. Wasn't I? Double H type question. Where was I? Or else, where were you? Or where was he? Where was she? Like this. We can make questions. So this, I would like to stop here with this today. Was your concept. I would like to discuss more aspects on B forms. We'll go back to Yamizar again. Was your later, and will be shall be discussed. So I will finally make a big table as how they can be used with regard to the context. Keep learning English, have passion, share this video with your friends and give your valuable comments. I just want to work for development of your skills, and I would like to make your skills empowered within no time. Give me an opportunity and kindly let me know your expectations and what you are really planning to do with the English language and how your plans are. Similarly, it's not bad always to make mistakes, so please don't always think you should be straight away to become should become the good English speakers. It's not possible. It's not possible. That's our foreign language. That's not our language. That's a foreign language. It is difficult for us to become fluent in English, but do not lose your heart. Don't become desperate. So be steady, be confident, and do your consistent practice. That's very, very important. And I believe you will become fluent English speakers. All the very best. Keep watching Sri Krishi spoken English videos and patronize us. Thank you so much.